I think this will be a pretty good interesting video. Oh boy.
All right, DNC, Democratic National Convention. Looks like there's a Planned Parenthood abortion bus up here at this rally. Which means I gotta go.
So you can go into this bus and get a kid aborted? Is that how it works?
Protesters outside of it. All right. Looks like here we are.
How does this
Third
work?
installment Democratic National Convention pro-life, pro-choice face-off. Here we go.
Abortion is murder!
Oh.
Abortion is oppression! Abortion is
Baby killer.
Abortion is oppression!
So I thought my day was over. We went to the Poor People's Army.
Look at that guy's
March,
hair. Holy shit.
Humboldt Park.
My name is Jill Stein. I am.
Look at those
We went to the Poor
boots. Damn.
People's Army March at Humboldt Park.
My name is Jill Stein. I am the Green Party candidate for president.
You could be whatever you want. You could be gay. You could be anything.
Was about to drive home. Notice a little scuffle happening right here, if you want to call it that. We have a Planned Parenthood RV type tour bus situation.
Today, Planned Parenthood offered some of its services in a mobile clinic near the United Center.
They're actually going to be offering free abortion medication, inflatable IUDs, and vasectomies.
This is ghoulish.
Never seen something like that. And then there was a sort of pro-life demonstration on the other side through the fence. As it turns out...
What's this here? Let me read some of these signs. I love reading the signs. Killed by the abortion pill. Oh, right. Survived an attempt to be aborted by pill. Saw her baby die from the abortion pill. Well, what the hell do you think is supposed to happen? Why'd you take it?
Other side through the fence.
That's what it's supposed to do.
One of the people in that demonstration is the leading presidential candidate for the third most popular independent party outside of the Democrats and Republicans.
Dude, you got that right. Constitution Party. You got Libertarian Party, Green Party, and us. Okay. And I'm the nominee for the Constitution Party.
I immediately believe him. Yeah, I instantly... Of course he is. Absolutely. Of course. I'm voting for him.
We're running TV ads this fall all over the country, busting Kamala's chops.
What do you guys think is the number one issue facing the country right now?
You're kidding, right? It's the shedding of innocent blood, the murder of babies. Period. Nothing even comes close.
What about homelessness?
Homelessness is tragic. It can be solved. If you're alive, you're alive. If you have your head ripped off and you're thrown in a garbage dump, you're dead. How about we stop slaughtering God's children? I'm the last truly pro-life candidate in the race.
At what point do you think after conception, the baby becomes a human being?
This was a joke question, right? Scientifically, the human life begins at one cell. So you had 46 chromosomes, you had 30,000 genes, and your gender, the color of your eyes, the color of your hair, all of it was right there in that one cell.
There's one part of that I think some people might have a problem with. Yeah.
All you needed was time, protection, and food. The Democrat Party stands for the shedding of innocent blood. I don't want to negotiate with them. I want that woman in prison for the rest of her life.
Which woman?
Jesus.
Pauline McNicholas, the murderer who is killing human beings in that van. I literally want her tried for murder and spend the rest of her life in prison.
There it is.
Or
all
executed.
Right.
So could you kind of just tell us your name?
I love how or executed and then it's immediately cut. And you know that's not the end of the sentence. This guy was only building up. Yeah, if he had finished that sentence, I'm pretty sure this video would have been demonetized. Yeah, he was about to use his ult. Yep.
Why you're here?
Yeah, Dr. Callie McNicholas. I am the Chief Medical Officer for Planned Parenthood Great Rivers, and I am here to bring free healthcare, vasectomies, and medication abortion to the area.
As far as the pro-choice movement right now and with women's rights, how would you describe the state of affairs?
Well, we currently have a public health crisis as a result of the Dobbs decision. You know, half the country has lost access to abortion care, which has had a significant ripple effect and, impacted pregnancy care more broadly. So we're currently in a state of crisis, but I think, we have only one path forward, and that's to fix it.
In the 2 weeks following the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Our wait time pre-decision
That is amazing. I'm sorry. That's great. Wow.
Our wait time pre-decision was about 3 to 4 days, and
Yeah.
now we are looking at a wait time of 2 to 3 weeks. Nothing
Right.
could truly prepare us for what it was going to be like.
Pregnancy can be incredibly challenging to people's health. And
Yeah.
women do die during pregnancy, right?
They do.
Actually, this country has a very disappointing maternal mortality rate, and it's,
They
the
do.
highest for Black and brown folks, right? And
Yep.
so in the context of having, dangerous pregnancy in this country, we certainly shouldn't be eliminating the opportunity for folks to maintain their health during pregnancy. I've been doing this work for almost 20 years, and I can tell you that I have seen folks access abortion from every range of the political spectrum, young folks and older folks, people who are poor and people who are rich. It is something that is just so common in our reproductive lives, but has been so
Do you guys know somebody who's had an abortion? I'm actually surprised there's not more yeses. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. Why would they tell? Because it's a pretty important decision in life, and if you have a conversation with somebody you're close to, they're going to tell you about things like that. Yeah. Duh. Well, does Plan B count? No, that doesn't count. It's not even, no.
and so folks don't talk a whole lot about it.
Right.
What we do know is that even since the Dobbs decision, the number of abortions in this country hasn't gone down.
Tonight, a new report shows abortions in the U.S. reached the highest level in over a decade, despite state bans.
So that means that people must be getting abortions somehow. Certainly, some folks are traveling lots of miles.
I don't know how they're getting
many
them.
hurdles and hoops to get
I
that
have no
care.
idea.
But also the availability of
Yeah.
and knowledge around self-managed abortion has
Who
increased.
could-
and
who
so
could know?
folks are using things like mail services to access care.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's safe. It's safe to do that so long as you know how to use the medication and when you need to have follow-up.
The FDA says it will permanently allow patients to receive the so-called abortion pill by mail. Before the pandemic,
Yeah.
patients were required to pick up the medication in person from their healthcare providers. The new rule, announced yesterday, could help some women circumvent restrictions on abortion in states such as Texas.
If you really, wanted to
We have
reduce the number
restrictions?
of
I don't even
abortions,
know
for
that.
example,
That's crazy. So not clicking with this crowd? Women mainly get abortion out of fear of losing their freedom of doing whatever they want with their loser deadbeat boyfriends. Honestly, I this sounds like horrible, but as somebody that's like just awful, like I love the abortion takes that people have. Women mainly get abortion out of fear of losing their freedom to do whatever they want with their loser deadbeat boyfriends. This shit is so good to me. Oh, man. Texas has a ban on abortion? I don't know about that.
you would fix the reasons why people need abortion, right?
Yeah.
Food insecurity, housing insecurity, unequal pay.
What do you mean food insecurity? You're going to act like somebody needs an abortion because they don't have food? Because they're poor? I feel like this is not really like, this is the problem. This where these people, I think they fall off is that, like, it's crazy how like conversations are like about this are like they're dominated by like crazy people, man. She went off topic. Yeah, she going off topic. Like, it's always about like this bullshit. Kids cost a lot. Yeah. So it's like, what's the logic here? So like you don't have food, so you're going to have kids so you need to get more food. Like what? What are you talking about? Just eat the baby? Yeah, it's got it takes 9 months.
Those are all things
You can microwave something in 2 minutes.
that influence people's ability to expand their family, right? If
Yeah.
we can help people, have secure income and secure housing, for example, right?
Oh,
if
there
we
we go.
can help them live their healthiest lives, then they might choose to expand their families.
How do you feel about late-term abortions?
I think that people need abortion for a variety of reasons throughout pregnancy, and it is impossible for us to think about what all of those potential options are. I have
You know
seen
what I fucking hate? I fucking hate people like this that don't just say it the way it is. And I think this is one thing that a lot of people are getting tired of is like people that are beating around the bush, talking around topics. Just say, I support late-term abortions. I do. Period. That's it. You don't understand the argument? Oh, I do. Is that they don't want to talk about it because they think that it sounds bad. Nobody's a straight shooter. And it's so exhausting. Or fence sitters, yeah, it's exhausting for me to read and see about like people that are lying and get support. Gee, I wonder why it sounds bad. No, it does. It does. It sounds bad. But like again, if that's what you believe, just say it. What's a late term abortion? People love the word nuance. I just think that really, like, you know, I've said before, like, I'm very much an abortion supporter. I'm a supporter of abortion. So it's just come out and say that. Come out and say that. Because, like, from my perspective, I think that there's nothing that's more dislikable or distrustable than a person who is misleading. Man, you're terrible? Oh, you have no idea. This is only the beginning. Yeah, but your reasoning is convoluted? For sure, right? But like what I'm saying is like, yeah, no, I mean, you might think that I'm wrong about whatever. Yeah, for sure. So go your viewers. Yeah, she is saying it the way it is. I don't think she's trying to be evasive. There are literally an unknown number of reasons why someone may need to... You're right. I should let her finish what she's saying. No, y'all are right.
Pregnancies go from, you know, very joyful events to incredibly catastrophic in a matter of seconds or minutes. And so the reality is we really have to trust the healthcare system. We have to trust people who are pregnant and the people who are taking care of them to decide what is the best care that they need in that moment.
I got a 5-month prison sentence for showing.
To be fair, I think the rest of her sentence was actually pretty good. I actually, I probably should have let her finish because I think that actually was a pretty good answer. I just hate when people like are given an answer yes or no, and I feel like it's always like it should be a yes or no answer, and they don't get it. Always let her finish, yeah.
Bill Clinton an aborted baby.
So wait.
Moment.
I got a 5-month prison sentence for showing Bill Clinton an aborted baby.
How'd you get the aborted baby?
It was taken out of a dumpster by some friends of mine. We named him Baby David.
Operation Rescue members have...
And the thing is that there is a certain amount of, like, I kind of like him because he's so honest. And it's just, he's a wearing your heart on your sleeve, honest guy. I do. I think that there is a, to me, I don't know, maybe this is just my perspective, but like, that's what matters a lot to me. Unbelievably based, don't hide from what you believe in. Exactly. Yes. Just immediately fucking come out and say it, and that's it. Well, Tortoy, yeah, he is a straight shooter. He is. He's a straight shooter. I respect the sincerity. Yeah.
A radical technique for shocking people with the gruesome reality of
was
abortion.
That him?
They can rescue members have a radical technique for shocking people.
That was guaranteed him. He's leveled up since then. I think that, yeah.
Shocking people with the gruesome reality of abortion.
It's not him? You don't think so?
Confront them with actual
really
aborted
looked like
fetuses.
him.
That's what Randall Terry and other Operation Rescue leaders said they plan to do to Bill Clinton sometime during the week of the Democratic Convention. And as the headline showed, on July 14th, that's just what one of their members did.
Nope, I was wrong. It was somebody else.
The problem was, hearing of their plan, the New York District Attorney General got a judge to put out an injunction forbidding them from confronting Clinton with a fetus.
Oh.
So arrest warrants went out for 7 Operation Rescue leaders, and they surrendered themselves at the federal courthouse in New York City, July 16th.
It was quite amazing to get there in front of the Secret Service and still get a baby to Clinton. Harley did the crime and I did the time, baby.
Did you have to join a prison gang?
Yeah, I was on 2 chain gangs. Well, actually, I was on 1 chain gang in Georgia and 1 prison work camp in Pennsylvania.
No, I mean like the Aryan Brotherhood or the Peckerwoods.
Oh my God.
What the hell's wrong with you? Defend children, defeat Kamala.
He didn't say no. And I've known a lot of people that have been in prison, and it does seem like you really kind of have to pick your poison.
Destroy the Democrat Party.
Abortion Abortion is passion! Abortion is abortion!
What's up, guys? This video is sponsored by CatDany. What if I told you that thousands of companies and pesky data brokers are collecting,
send us to the
aggregating,
Brazilians
and selling your personal data? Would you believe that? Guess what? It's true.
And that's probably why you get so many annoying phone calls and emails selling you products and trying to solicit shit you don't even need, homie.
But also, guess what? You have the right to request that data brokers stop doing that shit. Problem is, because these pesky companies have such a weird structure, that would take you years to do. But with CatDany, it can become super simple. CatDany does the messy
phone
work
calls?
for you automatically.
I don't know.
Figuring out who's got your data, who's spying on your shopping habits, and making big bucks off the way you like to spend and browse. CatDany helps you protect your data by figuring out who's selling
It's
it
Mr.
and reaching out
Beast.
to every single one of them on your behalf and saying, hey, stop doing that.
Yeah.
I can give you, that's right, you, 60% off the annual CatDany plan with my link and my code. Just go to www.incogni.com/channel5. That's www.incogni.com/channel5 and enter code channel5 for a free 60%
That's a lot.
off. That's a deal. Time to get those pesky, annoying data brokers off your ass. Okay, back to the streets. You know, one thing that I was thinking about, though, one of my big criticisms in general of the pro-life lobby, right, is that they seem to care so much about the unborn. A lot of the same people criminalize youth delinquency and stuff like that, and they don't want to do the same amount of funding for the education system and for the child care services. These are the same people that seem to encourage locking kids up when they're 15 years old.
Yeah, I want to speak to this. I know what you're going to say, but I just want to say that long ago in this country, when there was segregation or slavery even, there has been a tremendous fallout from the abolition of slavery. Like you mentioned, the prison industrial complex being one of them. Ongoing police brutality and injustice is another one. And those are issues that we really do need to mitigate and address. And I'm fully Black lives do matter, and I align with leftists on all of their economic policies. But I think that, like I said, this is an ongoing genocide. Are we really going to say that we have to get all of our ducks in a row before we stop murdering children? I operated in California for years. California is one of the safest places to have a baby.
I actually think this is a relatively good answer. I do. I think this is a relatively good answer.
Anywhere, amazing. Well, they could be better, but
How?
better than most places.
So the reason why it's a good answer is that she's saying that, number one, just because you're for one thing doesn't mean that you have to endorse a bunch of other views, etc. And it's you're basically trying to say okay, yeah, this also matters too, but also that police brutality and the way that police are enforcing laws can also be problematic as well. Now, my opinion of this is very simple. If you're 15 years old and you're committing crime, you know what you're doing. You know that it's wrong to steal a car. You know you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be stealing cars. So if you do it, you should go to jail. It's that simple. There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot of oh, but what about... No. You just... That's it. It's not even why put up with that for 2 weeks? Maybe longer than that. But not a really long time. Yeah, some crimes, yeah, exactly. There's a difference between juvie and prison and jail? Yeah, for sure. But all I'm saying, 15 years old is a children? It might be a kid in the eyes of the law, but I think that we all know if you're 15 and you're stealing a car, you know what you're doing. What are we fucking talking about here? You think you didn't know that stealing a car at 15 was a bad decision? It's 15, not 5. You know what you're doing.
This is funding for poor families, and yet they have one of the highest abortion rates in the country. So we know that there is an industry that's working against people, that's working in favor of exploiting people. And, as a leftist, that is capitalism working. It's a trickle-down effect.
Yeah, I just think the most effective middle ground to find between pro-life and pro-choice is investing more in child care services.
Yeah.
3 things. Number 1, I have been in prison more than most people.
Good for you.
Not as much as a lot of people.
There it is.
And I can tell you that America's prison system is atrocious. Number 2, I adopted 2 African-American children, the so-called hard-to-place children, and the foster care system is a wreck in a lot of areas.
See, this is why I respect a guy like this, right? Even though I think that he has some crazy opinions, is that this dude puts, like, he walks the walk. He walks the walk. He says people should do this, this matters, and then he does it. Even if you disagree with it, you think he's insane, he is a bit insane. He adopted them? Exactly. Stands by his fucking beliefs, which is respectable.
Money doesn't always fix things. It just doesn't. And you
He's
said
right.
a place to meet in the middle. I cannot meet with somebody who wants to rip a child's head off. If you're a Nazi and you want to kill Jews, and you're over here and you're saying, no, we're Christians and we don't want to kill Jews, there's no middle ground. You don't say, well, you know, want to cast lots for who dies today? No.
I knew that's what he was going to say.
Was it going to be the Jews or black people or what? I mean,
Both. You were going to bring up both.
all right.
What do you guys think about birth?
The best part about people like this is that they have no filter, because his metaphor actually made perfect sense, but it's such a, like, brash and, like, callous metaphor that people will be like, what the fuck? It's an extreme, and again, as somebody who is very used to making extreme callous metaphors and then having people get mad at me for them, I see this guy and I'm like, yep, there it is.
Control.
We're very pro. I'm the founder of Progressive Anti-Abortion Uprising, and I have a whole bunch of activists here if you wanted to meet more leftists, secular, pro-lifers.
Message to the kids.
Keep your weenie in your pocket. I mean, in your pants. Sorry. Save procreation for marriage. That's all. It's a gift. Human sexuality is a wonderful gift from our maker. If you do get pregnant, don't kill your baby.
Okay.
While I found myself filming the Planned Parenthood bus, word about the travesties of free vasectomies and abortion pills was traveling across the country, ultimately landing in
Like, I have a very big problem with people saying that they have a bus that's going around giving people abortions if it's not giving people abortions. Like, if they're offering people services that are like, a vasectomy is not an abortion. Giving people pills for abortions is not doing, pills for, like, contraceptives is not doing abortions. This is not, it's a drive-by abortion. That's not what's happening here. I wish that people would just tell the truth. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Just say what it is.
humble Sonoran abode of Glendale, Arizona, where my cameraman Larry Susan waited patiently at a Trump rally.
They want to kill and murder babies because they are an inconvenience. But they want to couch it in the word choice. What choice does the baby have? 60 million aborted, murdered babies in this country since Roe v. Wade.
The overturn of Roe v. Wade was actually for the best of this country. And it's going to make things a lot better in this country, as opposed to making it, giving out abortions for free, just like they did by the DNC.
I don't know if you've seen right now, like the DNC, but they're celebrating abortion. They're having parties with abortion pills, and they're dancing around. It's horrifying. I mean, I don't understand that.
This is the time. August 23rd, 2024. There's been a change in America. It's all about President Donald J. Trump, and J.D. Vance, and Robert Kennedy Jr. Let's go, America. Baby Jesus could have been murdered.
Shout out, baby Jesus.
To watch our full episode, Arizona Trump Rally, go to our Patreon.
Man.
www.patreon.com/channel5.
Man.
As many of you know, we're completely independent and 95% supported by your crowd-funded contributions, which total
That's
about
incredible.
$5 a month. If you want to check it out,
Shout out
please
my
consider
boy
supporting.
Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Hey. Hey, shout out to Jesus.
Fuck the authority. Channel 5 News. Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers.
Man.
5 is the best number.
Oh my fucking God. Imagine not being allowed to abort a baby that you have from being raped. Who takes all the babies filed for abortion? All the MAGAs? Well, the problem is that nobody, like, this is see, I have, like, this is my take on the whole topic, right? And I know people are like, man, like I'm a crazy person because of how harsh I am with a lot of stuff. But like, and this is one of the reasons why I don't really make a lot of statements about morality, is because as I said, my moral compass does not point north. But I think it's totally fine to get an abortion for any reason at any time. That period, right? That's it. I think you should always be able to get an abortion, even if it's a late-term abortion. I don't like abortion. I think abortion's bad. It's really bad. But like, I don't think the government can like make a set of rules that's like fair for like all circumstances. So it's like you would have like situations where like the government is like systematically making people do things that they shouldn't have to do. And I think that's worse than an individual making a bad decision. Like a systematic planned decision inside of like an apparatus is like 1,000x worse than like a bad person. Like, it's like, yeah, you're going to have women that abort their kids late term that shouldn't do it. And it's disgusting and terrible. But like, I think it's a cost that I'd be willing to take. Right? I mean, that's just really the truth. Yeah. So you have no morals then? Well, it's not really that. It's just that I don't see things the way that other people see things. Yeah, I don't see them that way. Like, it's just that other people use an argument like that. They talk about that. To me, I just don't even, it doesn't even compute. Yeah, that takes give me whiplash. What is it? So you see bad things? Oh, I don't know. I mean, props for not being a pussy and speaking how you feel and think. Yeah, I have a very extreme opinion about this. I think most people are fine with rape, incest, etc. They keep bringing it up and mischaracterizing the average person on the right. Well, let's talk about the real mischaracterization. Over 90% of abortions aren't because of that. 90% of people get abortions because they're inconvenient. They're elective. So we're talking about like a one-digit percentage of people as if this is the real conversation. It's not. It's never been. So, like, yeah, sure, rape and incest, I think most people agree with that, but this is like a fraction of like what's happening. So killing a newborn because it's inconvenient is all good? Well, like, I don't know, if the kid has like some sort of like a disease where it's not going to be able to like live and you kill it before it's born, I don't know, I think it's mercy, right? Like, if it has like a breathing disorder where it's just going to like be born and then die, like, why not just kill it anyway? I mean, fuck. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the, like, it's shit. You're putting it out of its misery. Like, it sounds horrible. Like, listen, look, like, it sounds really bad to say it, but that's just what I think. I don't even have a, like, it's weird because, like, I can't even imagine somebody not thinking this way. To me, it's just common sense. Yeah, by the way, I'll link you guys' video. I love Channel 5's videos. I do. I love them. And this guy, as I said, this guy, I respect this guy. Yeah, I do. Even though I think he's batshit insane with some stuff that he was doing. You know, fucking tried to show Bill Clinton a baby fetus, adopted 2 kids himself. Fucking, like, this guy believes in what he thinks. I do. I respect this shit. So, yeah. And Channel 5, let me see what the rest of this is. There we go. All right. What if they're fine though, and you ask yourself, isn't that most abortions? Most are elective, the child's fine. Yeah, I don't. Thoughts on people celebrating abortions? Oh, I don't think abortion. I think abortions are bad. I don't like abortions. Yeah, but like, I just think people should be able to do them. It's not my decision. Yeah, what about people with disabilities? Where's the line? Well, I don't know. The mother makes that decision with the doctor. If she thinks the kid being born, like, let's say that it's found out the kid's gonna be like gonna have Down syndrome, and she doesn't want to have a Down syndrome kid, and she aborts the kid, like, I don't care. It's fine with me. Okay, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually just the way I feel. And like, that's it. Yeah. Sorry, that's what Spartans did? No, they didn't. They threw him off a cliff. They didn't abort. They waited for the kid to be born. They threw the kid off the cliff. That's totally different. Yeah, that's not a, well, that's a post-birth abortion, right? So, yeah. Bro, I'm not hating, but it's inconsistent to say that exceptions are 1% so they don't matter, but then when people ask you if you had morals, your defense was the kid might have problems. Isn't that also 1%? The exceptions don't matter. I think that, so exceptions do matter and they don't matter inside of different contexts. So, for example, when you have a systematic rule, exceptions do really matter because a systematic rule can make those exceptions non-impactful. But when you have something that's not a systematic rule, it doesn't have the same effect. So I think that, like, basically having bad systems is a lot worse than having bad people. I know that you'll have bad people and you can never stop bad people, but I do think that you can stop bad systems. Why stop with fetuses? Some adults should be aborted? Yeah. As someone who's more conservative on most things, I understand and agree with your take, but I feel like conversations got diluted when COVID hit and the my body, my choice went out the window. Yeah, but I wasn't the person saying that you should be forced to have a vaccine either. So, like, I never supported that. I'm not saying that you should do that. Like, when the fuck did I say that? Like, you're shadowboxing with somebody else. I think you bring up, by the way, you bring up a very good point. Yeah, it's my body, my choice. Somebody doesn't want to get a vaccine. Oh, well, this is different. Well, because it affects everybody else. So, yeah, having kids affects everybody else in the world, too. Right? So, yeah, no, I think it's obviously very much a double standard. Sure. The Spartans archaeologists already proved this to be fiction. Oh, it was fake? Yeah, either way, I don't really give a shit. Yeah, but you could be right. You could be right about that. I could be wrong. But, like, that was my understanding. It could be one of those, like, like, urban myth type things. Maybe I should look into that myself and see for myself. Abortion's a choice, and murder is a choice. Fuck you, libtards. Uh-huh. Yep. Vaccines are different because you spread the disease if you don't. I think that, like, kids have an effect, a ripple effect on society, too, in the same way that the disease does. But, yeah. If you don't want to get the polio vaccine, just don't get it. Just get polio and die. Natural selection, am I right? Yeah, something like that. I'm fine with that. But, no, yeah. I mean, I know that I have, like, a... if you have a kid, well, I know that you're highly unemotional and not everything is a system. I can't imagine not having a kid for the first couple of months knowing the baby's growing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a personal decision that individuals make. It's not a decision that I would make. Bro, these comments are insane. A lot of people, again, here's really where it comes down to. Oh, it's a very emotional topic for people. It's like very much like a morally charged topic. And because it's such a morally charged topic, I think that you obviously see people that are, like, very upset about it. For me, as I said, I'm just not really a big I just don't see it that way. These people are misinformed beyond belief. It's not misinformed. See, like, you don't understand it. They're not misinformed. They just simply don't believe what you believe. That's all. Yeah, they're not seeing it the way that you see it. Like, they're making an emotional decision.